Baby Yoda is a cute little character that has dominated popular culture since his reveal in 2019. But after a little research, the small being doesn't really make a lot of sense. You see, if we compare him to Yoda, the baby acts much younger than he actually is. Remember, we find out in the series that he is age 50, but according to Wikipedia, Yoda becomes a Jedi Knight at the young age of only 100. A young age for Yoda's species, that is. So then, how does this little child acting like an infant transition to being a young adult in just 50 years? Well, I suppose there could be several different explanations for this. One, the age that's given in the actual series is wrong, which doesn't make a lot of sense itself. There's also the idea that the child might be delayed, and because it just hasn't been taught various different things, it hasn't learned them, for example speaking. But more likely is that Yoda's species just ages differently than humans, and perhaps between season 2 and 3 of The Mandalorian, we'll see the baby make a big leap in his understanding and cognitive ability. But that all said, this isn't the only thing that doesn't make sense about the child. A really big question here is how the heck does this little person understand when others and himself are in danger and know exactly how to counteract that danger with the Force? For example, when Din Djarin is battling the Mudhorn, how does Baby Yoda know to lift it off the ground? How does he know that's how Din Djarin will be able to defeat the big beast? Not to mention when the Flame Trooper is about to fry our group of heroes, how does Baby Yoda know to counteract what the Flame Trooper's going to do? I mean, that involves a pretty good understanding of weaponry and just physics in general. Then there's the fact that Baby Yoda somehow instinctually knows when people are hurt and is able to heal them. I mean, this little guy should have some sort of training, right? Well, if we're going to make sense of this, I suppose we could look at how animals and humans are both born with certain instincts, such as a healthy baby knows how to breathe once born, or a horse can start walking soon after birth. Perhaps Yoda's species is similar in this way. That is, soon after birth, the youngling is very force sensitive and instinctually knows how to use the Force to protect itself and protect others. The Force doesn't give it some sort of deep understanding of what's happening around it, but basically alerts it, and instinctively the baby knows how to counteract the danger using the Force. Or there is also the possibility that the child, well, it does understand what is happening around it, and it only seems like an infant because it's so small and hasn't been able to talk yet, and that Yoda's species is so connected to the Force that even at a very young age, it instinctually knows how to use it to protect others and itself. I mean, the Loth Wolves introduced in Star Wars Rebels, they seem to have a connection to the Force, and certainly nobody sat down and taught them how to use that connection to the Force. It was more like they were agents of the cosmic Force, or perhaps they just had certain instincts that allowed them to use Force powers. Of course, all of this is pure speculation, but moving on to another interesting question, and that is, how does the child progress as a character in this series? It would make no sense if the child stayed exactly the same throughout the rumored 5 seasons of The Mandalorian. At some point, the child needs to mature and develop as a character, or I feel that he's going to get old, or at least lose some of his entertainment value. And this is something that scares me a little bit. How do they transition from this cute little child to something a bit more mature? Not totally a young adult, but perhaps in its teens. For me personally, I just can't picture that. And really the closest example we have of this is perhaps Baby Groot maturing into teenage Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy. But I really can't see Baby Yoda transforming into teenage Baby Yoda. The tone of Guardians of the Galaxy is much different than, say, The Mandalorian, so I just don't think that's gonna work. But I can certainly tell you that I'm excited to see what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have in store for us, whether that is teenage Baby Yoda or something else. I just really hope that those two creators don't take the easy way out and come up with some in-universe reason for Baby Yoda not to age. Again, I think we need this character to grow beyond what it is currently. Otherwise, again, it's going to lose some of its entertainment for us. But hey, Star Wars fans, let me know what you think of all this speculation in the comments below. As always, I'm Mike. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.